Welcome to Illawarra Songwriters live stream number 4. My name is Anthony Snape, and the aim here is to build this space into a positive, encouraging online community interested in enriching the music culture of the South Coast by connecting like-minded creative individuals, people like you and all of us here, leaning towards original writing. Our future online sessions intend to expose and unite songwriters and music artists to a wider audience and to each other. If you are interested in being an advocate and helping to build this space, we would love to hear from you. Even if you'd like to run one of these sessions, that would be really cool too. Please welcome to the stage Michelle Cashman, Brooke Casey, and Peter Crow.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Great.
Good.
Awesome. Well, I guess this is the first time we've started with everyone open and on first up. So where are you coming from? Like, where are you located, generally?
I'm in Wollongong, so like Kirraville area.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm
area?
further south. I'm Sussex Inlet.
Cool.
And I'm at Mangaton, so very close to Kirraville.
There you go.
Very cool. We're all in that little hub, except for Michelle. She's like a shot away. Cool.
Yeah.
So how's the gigs been going? I guess I'll ask you, Michelle, first. How have the gigs been going? Have you been out and about, been playing a few?
Mostly I'm doing Facebook Lives, which
Yeah.
I'm trying to be consistent with. I'm starting to do them Monday nights and stick to Monday nights because that still leaves the weekends open for the possibility of real gigs. So that's kind of what I've been
How
doing.
the lives been going? Pretty well.
Yeah. As much as I hate the camera and I get all like, oh, I don't want to do this. And then as soon as it's like going, I'm like, oh, hey, hi people. And then afterwards I'm like, that was exhausting. I'm so hot and it's disgusting in this room. But then I feel really good that I've done it. And it takes me a week to recover.
Yeah. And then you're ready for the next one. Oh, that's great. So, Brooke, what about you? Have you been out? Have you been playing at all, or have you been out to any gigs?
So I actually played an open mic at the UAW Uni Bar.
Nice.
When was it? It was last Tuesday. Yeah, and that's the first time I've been on stage in 4 months because love COVID. It's just ruined everything for everybody. And the last time I performed was at my grad show, which we were very lucky to even have. So in terms of like going to people's gigs, I think the last one was for Rachel Tidbury, who she's one of my best friends, love her to bits, and she is my guitarist most of the time when I actually do perform. So I think that was one of her ones. Yeah, don't ask me which one because she does a bunch. But
That's
yeah,
great.
it was one of hers. Yeah.
Cool. Rob Mice is in here and he says, "Hey guys, such a great show." Oh, that's awesome. Well, make sure if you're watching now, share the video so people know that we're actually on. You're about to hear from all of these guys. So, Peter, what about you? Have you been out to see any shows?
Well, not for a while. The last one I think was at Windang, and it was a good friend of mine, Alex Strekovic, and some other people that are on tonight I've seen as well in the last 12 months. But of course, as we know, there hasn't been really a lot of live stuff happening in the last 12 months, so it's been really tough.
No. Been watching plenty of online shows. I know I've seen a heap of online shows, including yours, Michelle. But I seem to drop in and out of everyone's as they're going on. There's so much going on out there right now. So, all right, I'm gonna talk to Brooke first, and then we'll come to you guys shortly. All right. So I'll see you soon, Michelle. See you, Peter.
Ciao.
All right, Brooke. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us what's going on and, how you been, and tell us about your music.
Goodness, where do I start? So I'm actually not from Wollongong. I know that I said I'm here, but I'm actually from Griffith, New South Wales. So I was there until I was not born and bred. I was born in Katoomba, but I was raised there until I was about 19 years old, and then decided to come to Wollongong. I basically known that I wanted to be a musician my entire life. Like, I was the kid that was like singing in the neighborhood down at like the age of 6. The neighbors probably hated my house because I was like squawking and everything, but I didn't sound good at all. But I decided to get up on stage when I was 13 and sing my first solo. Very, very nervous.
Nice.
And I was bullied really bad for it.
Oh no.
Just like kids being kids. And I was a very self-conscious child. And I was also an athlete. Like I was a swimmer. I was not the singer, I was the swimmer. So being bullied and then not really feeling like I belonged in that sort of circle, I decided to kind of hide in a little bubble, and I decided to be a dancer instead of a singer until I got to about 18. And then I was working in a cafe with some fellow singers, and I started getting up in my lunch break and singing for the cafe customers. So that got my confidence back a little bit. And then fast forward about a year, I actually moved to Wollongong and I started doing my music degree. And yeah, when COVID hit was when I actually started getting the confidence to do gigs again. Then COVID hit.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, everything keeps happening. So I was about to start actually getting into gigs, and right when I wanted to do that, COVID hit. So I decided to revert my energy with my music to something else, and I've always loved songwriting. Basically, I've never been able to journal. I've never had a diary. I was never that kid. I always wrote songs. And so COVID actually allowed me some time. God forbid anyone gets time around here. It actually gave me time to sit down and go into a recording studio. And I went to Animal Audio in Wollongong and recorded 2 songs that
Fantastic.
are now on Spotify. Yeah. So
Who was the producer there at Animal Audio for you?
I can't remember his last name for the life of me, but his first name's Chris, and he was incredible. I really highly recommend him. Me and my 2 mates that went in there, Ricky Jazeski and Jackie Andrews, we went in there for 3 days, and we'd never been in a recording studio. We'd been to the uni one, but we hadn't been to a professional one. And it was just insane, the amount of encouragement that he gave us. It was just amazing. Yeah, we learned so much from him.
So what are you going to share with us today?
So we're going to play like a YouTube link of my my graduation song called Now. And then I'm going to sing my brand new single. Actually got debuted on Tuesday night at the open mic. So this is the second time anyone's ever heard it.
Awesome.
So should we talk about now before we
let's
play
do the
it?
Let's do the video, and you can chat
sweet.
while we're going on here.
Yeah, so that's Rachel Tidbury there, the person that I said I went and watched for gigs and stuff. Now is basically about a relationship that is very toxic, and that you just make excuse after excuse to stay with that person. And I was really stuck on how to write a song about this subject matter because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to do it justice. And it went from being very mushy to being very like, no, I need to stop like romanticizing this. It was a bad relationship. Let's just get to the nitty gritty of it. And so I sat down one night and I wrote down every single excuse that I'd ever given people, him not being around me all the time, not wanting to be with my family or my friends. And those excuses, and even not even just excuses I gave people, gave myself, they became the lyrics for this entire song.
That's awesome.
And it was really good for me because my best friend, she's not a mushy person, and she watched this song on stage, like she watched this very performance that we're watching right now, and she turned around to me after it and she said, I remembered every lyric you had. I remember you saying that to me. And it took me back. And that for me was really emotional because I was like, my best friend's not like that. She's, she's not a mushy person. So the fact that I was able to trigger that with her, that was, it was one of my goals for the song. So I call it a success.
It's a really big deal when your song is able to communicate like that across, especially within your own social circle, but also as it goes out. More people don't realize how everybody can write songs, everybody can emote this way, but nobody does. No, it was a massive deal for me to even get on stage and sing about this subject matter. Was massive because it's something that people just don't talk about, like manipulation in a relationship where you don't even realize it, and just like letting yourself be manipulated. A lot of people steer away from that. Like it was my fault too, but I don't know, just like having someone who is so strong in my life, like get touched by that. I was like, wow. Like, it was a big deal as a musician. Very cool. And where was this performed at?
This is at University of Wollongong. It's actually, they've just done a brand new building, like a big performing arts building. So there's theatre, there's drama, and there's music on the top floor. And this is in their new performance space. Right. It's amazing in there. They've done really well with it. Like
nice work.
Waiting for the crowd.
There's the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have felt fantastic.
Yeah,
All
it
right,
was.
cool.
Well, I
And
mean, yeah.
What are you going to play for us?
So yeah, this is my song Clarity. So this is I actually wrote this.
I'll leave you to tell everyone about it.
Yeah,
And
cool.
And yeah, you got the stage.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, I was at my grandparents' Christmas Day. Well, not Christmas Day, Christmas period. And I sort of had just been out of a situation in my life, and I had a lot of realizations about myself. And I was always the girl that wanted the guy, wanted the boyfriend, wanted that love story ending. But I found myself at a crossroads where I was not really happy with myself and who I was, and just not happy with the thoughts I was having. And I just thought to myself, I can't keep blaming people for how I'm feeling. Like, I am responsible for my own feelings and my own actions and what I do for myself every day. I could choose to get up every day and feel miserable and put myself in the same position, or I can get up and I can dust myself off and I can be a better person for it. So I sat down at my grandmother's piano, and it was the first piano I'd ever actually played on. And I just sort of thought, what do I want for myself? And I started writing the lyrics. And I actually wanted to name the song Reality, because I thought, this is my new reality. This is what I'm going to do next year, like new year, new me. And then I wrote the lyric Clarity, and I actually had a very clarity moment, ironically. And it just sort of fit what I wanted for the song. And yeah, so without further ado, this is my song Clarity. This, like I said before, this is the second time this song has ever been heard. And yeah, it's very important for me because it's not about a guy, it's not about love, it's just about me, and it's about what I want for myself. So yeah. It's easy to tell someone how to think when you get to walk away. It's easy to pretend it's not happening, then leave me in a world of gray. Think I'm moving forward, but I keep tripping over. Telling myself that one day it'll work. 'Cause every time I cry, I'm faced with the reality that this is no good for me. And every time I think I've had a little clarity, it all just breaks down on me. So I'm gonna be me for a while. May seem a little juvenile, but I need to fix the glow in the mirror. It's easy to behave like you're not a mess, not out of place. And it's easy to convince them with a smile, 'cause it's what they want to believe anyway. These songs about moving on keep me from being strong. Why do I have to keep holding on? 'Cause every time I cry, I'm faced with the reality that this is no good for me. And every time I think I've had a little clarity, it all just breaks down on me. So I'm gonna be me for a while. May seem a little juvenile, but faced with the reality that this is no good for me. And every time I feel I've had a little clarity, it all just breaks down on me. So I'm gonna be me for a while. May seem a little juvenile, but I need to fix the good, and I need to love the good in the mirror. Thanks heaps.
Woo! Well done, Brooke. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this. And let your friends know that this is a thing. And we'd love to hear some of the other students that you've got that you've been working with. I'm sure you've got lots of wonderfully talented friends. But we appreciate you being here and sharing your music.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having stuff like this, because like we were saying before, there's not a lot of opportunities at the moment because of COVID and everything. And I think musicians, if they were like me and they were just getting confidence back, now they're going to shrink back in. So I think it's really, really good of you to be bringing people out of their shell again and to show the Illawarra that we do have talent and we shouldn't hide it. Yeah,
and it's a great way of talking about your own music and getting practice doing that and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
awesome.
We don't get that either.
Well, I cannot wait to hear more from you. And so keep an eye out for Brooke Casey.
Thanks heaps.
Awesome. See you shortly. All right, we're going to bring in Peter Crone. Peter, how you doing?
Hey, Anthony, I'm great, thanks. And you?
Really good. How
That's
you been?
good. Yeah, very good. Very good. Been having a really cruisy weekend this weekend. So
that's good. So tell us all a little bit about you and your music. And where it comes from and what you do, because you don't play live. You're more of a producer, writer.
Yeah. So I guess I started writing about 20 odd years ago, but I didn't really do anything with it. And then I would find other people to demo my material. And it was probably about a year and a half ago when I got you to help me set up my studio, actually. Bit of a plug for Anthony there. But
no need for that.
No, I know, but that's the truth. Prior to that, I couldn't really feel very creative amongst the gear I had. So now I can, and I'm really just exploring a whole bunch of sounds that I probably would have liked to have over the last number of years, and now I'm doing it. So it's really, really good. It's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time.
That's great. So just to put everyone in the picture, Peter had been writing songs. He'd had bought little bits of gear over the years, and it always was between getting the idea and actually producing something into a piece of music that he loved. There was always a hard learning process between those two things. Plus the equipment that you had wasn't helping you out. It was a really big, steep learning curve. And so when you started playing on GarageBand, that was a really great way of just connecting your thoughts and ideas directly into the computer and being able to get what you were hearing in your head out. Because one of the things that I noticed from you early on is that you had all these ideas, but it was just really hard for you to get them out. And then you've since gone on to Logic. And so I was super, super excited with the material that you were coming up with, because you followed all of the things that we were talking about. You then got the track that you're working on mixed professionally, and then tell everyone what happened next.
Oh, well, I've got it played by SBS Chill. It's a fairly chill kind of a instrumental, this one. So yeah, I had it. I released it in October last year, and in November, SBS Chill started playing it on their rotation, and then in December they had their Chillest 100s, like a takeoff of the Triple J Hottest 100, and it came in at number 80, which I was pretty impressed with.
So you went from not having any music ever on the radio, right, to
Yeah.
getting your material played on SBS Chill.
Yeah,
That's
and in
fantastic.
short,
Well done.
that was the dream come true for me. Yeah, I would have said anytime that's my dream come true would be to hear something that I'd written on the radio, but I always expected it would be maybe somebody else playing it. This one I played myself, actually. So.
That is brilliant. All right, let's have a listen to some of it. Here we go. So you tell us a little bit about how because you put this video together as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. So I got a bit creative and got Final Cut Pro, and it's pretty easy to learn.
This isn't you
No,
in an
this is
early.
not me. No, I wish I had abs like that, but it's not me, unfortunately. Yeah, this particular track started off as a song that I'd written with lyrics, and when I went to record it, I actually went in a slightly different direction. I guess in life, one thing leads to another, you know, in many respects. And with this particular track, I started trying to record it, and I just found myself going in a different direction, and I followed that. I didn't stop and try to go back to the original sound I was looking for. I just went with it, and then I found some other sounds in the MIDI section and enjoyed playing with them, and put some more guitar sounds to those, and yeah, it just one thing led to another, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And all these images, where did they come from?
Oh yeah, well they're available on a website called Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S. There's some really good material available there, and it's free of charge. I mean, you're welcome to pay the providers, which I did do. But it's up to you how much you want to make as a donation to them, or not at all if you don't want to.
Cool. So this is on a chill station. So, what are some of the other bands that are on this station mixed in with this track of yours?
Air, Mortiva, Beck, Massive Attack. My hero band, a lot of these. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's really interesting to look at the playlist and seeing your song there amongst people like Massive Attack. It's not a competition, of course, but it's just really, for me, the first time that this has happened in my life, so it's a really exciting experience.
Great. Well, that's really cool. So where can people find your music?
Well, I've got a website, peter-krohn.com. It's also on Spotify and YouTube, and yeah. One thing I would mention too is that SBS Chill, in case anyone's writing chill music, it might be I'm the only person doing that, but they've just recently put up a section on their website for people that want to submit their own material, where that was a little bit tricky before to try to find the contact, etc. But they now have a section on the website where you can submit your material for them to evaluate, to play, which I think is really cool, because it really streamlines the whole thing and takes a lot of the uncertainty out of it. And of course, if your material isn't what they want, I guess they're not going to play it, but at least it gives you an easy opportunity to go online and do that. Yeah.
So how did you find a way of doing it?
I actually just wrote to their contact section and I asked them, how do you like somebody to submit a new material for evaluation? And they wrote back and they told me how to submit that. So I did that, and away I went. Yeah, it went from there.
So I guess the lesson there is, if you know where your music would be well placed, just reach out and find as many contacts as you can, and just ask the hard questions, which is not really a hard question. How do I submit?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, look, you probably get a lot of knockbacks as well. I've obviously tried it with other stations as well, Anthony, and they don't always say yes, send it along. They tell you that they have many submissions. And but anyway, it's like I said, that was my dream come true, to get that on, to hear that. I was having breakfast one morning and I heard it. I was driving to Melbourne with a colleague and we heard it. So that was really exciting for me.
Very cool.
Hope it
So
happens again sometime.
Alex says, cheers to Peter Cron. Sounds very good. And Guy says, cool.
Thanks, Alex.
Awesome. Well, lovely to have you on the show, and we'll talk to you
thanks.
again soon. Please keep us updated.
Thanks, Anthony.
All right. That was pretty cool. I didn't actually get Brooks. If Brooke, if you have like anywhere people can find your music, can you put it in the comment section so we can share that? So if you, yeah, awesome. All right, so I'd like to then bring on Michelle Cashman. Michelle,
Hello.
how you doing?
I'm all right.
You're fading fast on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's a standard Sunday night. But I'm still all right. I'm still standing or sitting.
All right,
whatever
cool.
way you
Well,
look at it.
Well, let's do you want to play the video first, or do you want to play something?
I don't know. I told you my decision making tank is gone.
All right, let's play the video. Tell us about this.
Right, so this is my very, very first ever film clip. We filmed this in Collavale. Michael Carpenter, who produced the track as well, came and shot the video. I found an actor, and
How did you choose your actor?
I went on Star Now and scrolled through looking for one that looked like he could be a little bit of a bad guy in my film clip.
Where did he come from?
He actually lives in Wollongong. It's Ash Hawks.
That's great.
He's been in a few different things, including the Kit Kat ad.
Nice.
Yeah, and it worked really well. The complete professional. Came to my house. We filmed in my kitchen and the hallway, and yeah, we shot in an afternoon, the same afternoon that I did the single launch. So this was after this, like the live stuff is actually after the launch.
Right.
So yeah, big day that day.
I bet.
Yeah, so my very first film clip, and then I got the news that CMC wasn't playing, like they were closing down CMC, and I was like, that was my dream. And then next thing, someone messages me and says they're playing it. So
Really?
it got played on CMC before CMC wasn't a thing anymore. So I was
Well
really happy with that.
Done. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So first video clip, and then you fulfilled your dream of being on CMC before they shut it all down.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I was stoked. You know, when people sending you like little videos of their television or something, you know.
That would have been fantastic.
It was so good.
There's some nice
funny.
guitars on that wall.
Same sort of content matter
As
Earlier.
Brooke's song.
as Brooke's song. Sorry, I got distracted by the video in front of me.
The whose guitars are they?
What do you mean, whose guitars?
All the guitars on the wall.
They're mine. Oh, there. No, that's at T Guitars in Barrel. They make guitars. Yeah. So
They
that's
look
all there.
really cool. But that's great. That's just, it's got
They're
nothing to do with the
pretty
video
special.
clip.
That's where I had the launch. It's a really cool little venue as well. They take out all their tables and everything like that and put chairs in, and
Wow.
yeah.
Very nice. Very cool track. So have you used a radio plug or anything like that to get it out to country radio?
Yeah, so I hired a publicist and Bet Gracie, the country journo.
Yeah, I love her. She's so
So-
good.
I got high rotation on ABC Country and played on Kicks FM. Played on all of the places that
Well
they
done.
play country music. So
Just
yeah,
smacked it out
it was
of the
my
park.
first official release. I'd done other stuff before, but then sort of like just put it out onto the internet and not told anyone about it. But yeah, this was the first time I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it properly. And I'm going to take that little leap of faith and maybe actually push it a little bit. And,
Right.
yeah.
And you're so happy that you did, right?
Oh, of course. And now
Yeah.
it's like one of those things where you go, well, I've done that before. I could do that again. Like, so instead of it being this insurmountable thing that you think, oh, that's not possible. No one, no, everybody hates me. I think I'll eat some worms. I don't know. It's, yeah, I definitely feel a little bit more confident putting more stuff out there.
Awesome. Well, what are you going to put out there right now?
I'm going to play.
I'm going to leave you.
Oh,
I'm
no,
going to leave
go.
you with
Okay,
everyone.
yeah.
You can do your thing.
All right. So I'll play a song that I wrote recently about a friend who's going through a tough time. And it's, for me, I go, okay, you can see someone struggling. When people are struggling, they're often not making the best decisions. So I'm watching this particular person make some poor decisions, and that's a hard enough thing. But what I struggle with more is watching other people judge that person and I guess add fuel to the fire, making people feel even worse about themselves when they're at their low point. I really struggle with that. So I wrote this one in the hope that it kind of just encourages people to just be a little bit kinder. I wrote it from my own perspective because, when I was at my worst, I wasn't making great decisions. I probably wasn't easy to be around. I know I wasn't easy to be around. I was awful. And, those thoughts and feelings that I was having about myself, I wouldn't have made it through that particular point in my life if it wasn't for the people around me who, in spite of my awfulness, loved me anyway. And so I just think it's really important to just remember that when people are at their lowest, that's when they need the most compassion and kindness and grace. So I wrote this song called Where is Grace about that time in my life, in the hope that people, realise that when you love on them, it's it can get better, and they get to the other side of it very extraordinarily grateful for the people who love them anyway. And I don't know if you noticed me turning my guitar up. It's not plugged in. I don't know why I did that. All right, this is called Where is Grace. I'm going to take this ring off because it's going to get on that guitar. Okay, ready? More trouble than I am worth, but on my hands, face covered in dirt. No soap's gonna wash these sins away. I'll forever be paying for my mistakes. Redemption's lost its faith in me. I'm the fallen fruit from a poison tree, the sorriest sight you'll ever see. Don't waste your breath or time on me. Old voices coming late at night. Old scenes are played before my eyes. Where is grace when you need it? Where is mercy when this heart is crying out? Where is grace when you need it? To help this lost and lonesome woman when she's down. See her heart as it breaks. But where is grace? I've been to places that you wouldn't believe. I've seen some things that you couldn't conceive. Hurt so badly that my heart can't heal. Betrayed so badly I'm afraid to feel. I should've known better, but the blame's on me. I couldn't swim while I was sinking in a river of grief. Maybe a little bit of love would have set me free, but I settled with a bottle crying quietly. Oh, voices coming late at night. I'm trying hard, but it's a losing fight. Where is grace when you need it? Where is mercy when this heart is crying out? Where is grace when you need it? To help this lost and lonesome woman when she's down. See her heart as it breaks. But where is grace when you need it? Where is mercy when this heart is crying out? Where is grace when you need it? To help this lost and lonesome woman when she's down. See her heart as it breaks. But where is grace?
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. I've used that word for you many times. I am a fan, Michelle. You know that. So, thank you for coming on Illawarra Songwriters and sharing your wonderful talents with us. And also, you know, by you being here, you encourage many other songwriters that are going to hear this and stumble upon it. And if you could, because I mean, one thing that startles me is how long it's taken you to release your first song. Because I've known you as a singer-songwriter for a long time. So if you could tell songwriters out there, what would you say to them, you know, in how to get through the things they've got to get through to release their first song? What have they got to do?
So I think the thing that helped me a lot was going to the Country Music Academy. There's a lot of stuff that they teach you about the industry and stuff like that. And even if you're not country, you don't actually have to be specifically country to go. I went along to that because that was, I guess, being surrounded by other songwriters was really helpful and hearing what they did. But then also, you know, have a look at publicists and ones that work specifically with musicians. Ask other, like, reach out, ask people, who did you use? Who helped you put that song out? How did you get it out onto the radio? All of that kind of stuff. We have access to so many people nowadays. And, you know, you might ask one person, they might flat out ignore you. So ask 30. Someone will write back, you know.
Totally.
And I used Beck, and she put it out for me, and her networks and stuff like that. And that makes a big difference. But I think the hardest thing was not the lack of knowing what you do to put a song out. It was more, everything I do sucks. Like, I was never happy with the sound of something. I was never confident. And all I can say is, don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait until something is at your 100% happy with it. You know what? Make 75% happy with it. Put it out, because you will learn every single time that you if you make something. Every time that you go into the studio and record something, you go, oh, that one's in the bank for next time. So that, you know, you don't start off being really good. You start off being pretty terrible. that's how most people work. You know, we
all
suck
do.
until we don't suck
Absolutely.
anymore. Like,
Yep,
and
that's
so
right.
you know, you just keep doing it. And for me, even the years of playing gigs in pubs and clubs and stuff like that, I remember how terrible I was. You could have, it was like swinging a cat. But you just get out there and you learn and you force yourself upon people until you're a little bit more palatable. And then you just
Yeah.
keep going until you're like, hopefully people actually want to listen to you. So
I doubt
yeah.
very much sound like I doubt you sounded that bad, but yes, I know what you mean, and I felt the same way too, and I think everyone does. You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't wait
so-
till you're ready. Just do it anyway.
Awesome.
That's the biggest
Thank you
tip.
for being here, Michelle. It's
My
so
pleasure.
wonderful to
Thank
see
you for having
and
me.
Come back anytime.
Thanks. I've already been putting the
Awesome.
word out for people. Just go and put your name in. Contact Anthony.
Yep.
And
All right.
So
All right. We'll see you soon.
see you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Bye.
Oh, where can people find you?
People can find me michellecashman.com, but also on Facebook, Michelle Cashman Music. I'm doing a Facebook Live tomorrow night if they want to join in. I'm trying to be consistent and do them every Monday night now. So
Josh just said, wow, just tuned in. So gorgeous and emotive. Totally captivated. Great sound coming through too. Top stuff. Awesome.
thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
for those of you listening, make your comments because we get to see them. We'll include them in the stream as well. All right. See you soon.
Ciao.
Bye. All right. Before we jump on to our last guest, Brooke's Facebook and Instagram. So Brooke, that started the show. This is where you find her music. Wonderful. So if you are tuning in and you're a songwriter, Illawarra Songwriter we've just started this because we want to create a space where everyone can get together and talk. We can share some of the things that you've heard here on this show and also listen to some music, look at some of the videos that you guys have been working on, and just bring people together here in the Illawarra, other songwriters, and make a space where people can learn from each other and share some music. I'm going to bring on a good friend, Paul McCarthy. Welcome to Illawarra Songwriters. How you doing?
Thanks, Anthony. Yeah, I'm good.
How's your Sunday going?
It's been not too bad. We were spent the afternoon at the Oak Flats roller rink, and it's fantastic.
I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, it's great.
That sounds like a great idea. Did you fall over at all ever?
No, not at all.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. I'm sure I would spend most of my time on my backside there. Sort of like snowboarding. You spend your time on your backside. Tell everyone about you. We know each other because our kids met at school, and so we've gotten to know each other over that time. But please tell everyone about your music and what you've been up to.
Yeah, so been around quite a while now. Grew up in Wollongong, played in a lot of bands back in the day, and wrote a lot of songs, played, started at the youth centre when I was at 15, and like a lot of people around here would have. Did a bit of touring with a band called Cherry Pickers, got almost famous for a little while, and opened for Deep Purple and toured with INXS and did some things, and then it's hard to make that last little step to get recorded and everything at that point, and then work commitments and things got in the way, and children, and one of the reasons Anthony and I have things in common is because I moved to America for a while as well, but to Silicon Valley with a startup, and lived there for 5.5 years, and went over with 2 kids, came back with 3, and they're kind of finally at the age where I can start doing things again. So I've really been enjoying getting back into music. I've barely written a song in the last 5-10 years, and then joined iHeart Songwriting Club, and I've written 60 songs in 60 weeks now.
Holy smokes. My son is crying. I'm gonna leave you on here to talk and then play your first song.
Sure, no
Back
problem.
in a sec.
Yeah, so join the songwriting club. I recommend it for anybody. It just helps to get that commitment to your craft. They just recommend putting aside an hour a week to. They give you a theme and a group of people that are going to listen to your song and give you feedback, and then you listen to theirs and give them feedback. And they say, yeah, an hour a week. Just write down at the end of the hour, get out your phone, pop it on there, and submit it. And that's been really, really fantastic. Yeah, so I'll play one of the songs that I wrote. Actually, it also helps to finish off things. So this was a song that I'd had working for a little while, living in America, and then knowing that I was going to be moving back to Australia at some point. And it's called Curtains Fall. And if you've ever lived somewhere and then leave, especially when you've got family and ties to the area, you seem to have a lot of farewells. Everything's a farewell, and it's quite an event leaving somewhere that you've lived for years. Yeah, so I'll play this one for you. It's called Curtains Fall.
Changing now, the sky turns gray as curtains fall. We've come a long way. It doesn't make it easier how to return what we've done before. Look at the sea now, the tide still turns around. An old man searching for his peace of mind. How can I
Well done. That was awesome. I love those chords you were playing there. They were fantastic.
Cool,
Is that
thanks.
is that an open tuning?
No, it's just standard E, but I love to get those open strings ringing on some of those chords.
What are you
yeah.
running it through? It's because it sounded there was some lower end stuff there.
No, it's just I'm plugged into a TC Helicon pedal
yeah.
at the moment, but
Great. Well, it sounded awesome. So tell us about this video. I'm going to load this video here. It should jump straight
Yeah.
in. Word to the wise.
yeah, one of the bands at the moment is a cover band called Death Row, and we play a lot of 80s style rock, hard rock, and we put our own hard rock versions of current songs as well, like, you know, Lady Gaga and Dua Lipa and things like that. And
Wow.
so I've been trying to work in some originals into the Death Row set.
Awesome. So where did all the footage come from for this?
Oh yeah, so this is a thing called Rotor, R-O-T-O-R, and pretty cool. It's like an auto-generated music video, but you pick a theme and you pick some clips, and it does like beat detection and tries to
I think I've
do
seen
the cuts
this.
for you. Yeah, because I realised that people very rarely will click through to a SoundCloud link or anything like that, and you need something to video for someone to listen to a song on Facebook. So I've been trying to get some more videos up there, but they're so time consuming.
They are. Well, I'm going to have to go because family stuff, but this is the nature of stuff. So we're going to leave your video to play out the rest of Illawarra Songwriters. Thank you so much for being here, Paul. I appreciate you and everyone else for coming on board. Thank you, Brooke and Peter. I know Michelle's already gone. Usually what we would do is bring everyone back in, but I think I'm going to have to take a quick trip to the hospital. All right. So I'll see you at the next Illawarra Songwriters, hopefully next week. Thank you for being here, guys.
All the best, Anthony. Hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Try to find the answer, just more questions in disguise. Word to the wise. If I could take a moment, so I could say a word to the wise. Use your eyes, but you keep searching for the truth. The world keeps wanting lies.